What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new series called Physical Therapy. In this series, I'm going to teach you the techniques and some exercises to help you build those techniques to help you, again, as you've heard before, yes, reach your personal best. Because I don't know who else's best you want to reach. Hey, there you are. But I imagine you want to reach your personal best, right? You can't reach anybody else's. I mean, I can anyway. I don't think you can. So we're going to reach your personal best. That's what I'm here to help you do. And I've got some techniques that I specifically need you would want to learn. I'm going to show you some things that are going to help you become a very good player in a very short amount of time. I know some of you have been playing for a long time and you're struggling, or you want to improve your skills, or you're just not where you want to be. Some of you are brand new and have never played guitar or are just starting out. And then there's some of you who have a little bit of experience. I imagine you're all on some sort of guitar path. Whether you've never played and you're just looking for videos on how to become a great player, or you need to learn something about guitar, this is the video for you. This is the series for you. Or if you've been playing guitar and you're just not a guitar god yet, but you'd like to be one, even just if you're in your house playing guitar, even if you have no desires to play live, but you just want to be good at what you do wherever you're doing it, this is for you. All these techniques are heavy duty. They're things used in just about every song. There are the things that are not discussed anywhere else. And that is what makes this channel different. And that is what makes this series different. I am proud to say I don't see these things I'm going to show you anywhere else. I don't think you're going to see it anywhere else. I'm trying to make this like a real sit-down lesson. So as you've seen before, guys, I don't edit my videos. I don't bother editing. I don't bother that. Because if I make a mistake or I'm not perfect, I want you to see that. Because this is an organic lesson. It's just like you were sitting in front of me. I've been teaching for decades. So this is just like you sitting in front of me on a Saturday night, for a Thursday night, or a Saturday morning, or something like that. I shouldn't say Saturday night. I don't teach on Saturday nights, but you get what I'm saying. Whether you're sitting with me on a Tuesday evening or a Saturday morning, and you're sitting in front of me, you're going to get the same lesson here as if you were right in the chair with me. There is no bing, 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 editing and, hey, get... And it just, I'm not going to be popping on the screen every 10 seconds with I'm not going to be editing every 5 seconds like everybody else. That annoys me. I don't like it. It makes me think that somebody needs to take out mistakes and they're afraid to show them to you as if they're perfect and you're not. Listen, I'm not perfect, man. I make more mistakes than anybody else, but I enjoy playing and I enjoy playing live, and I work hard to make sure the songs are as mistake-free as possible. But when I'm live, I improvise a lot. I'm very much influenced by Dimebag Darrell. My style plays very similar to that, even though before I got influenced by Dimebag Darrell, I was heavily influenced by Yngwie Malmsteen. So I grew up playing a lot of scalloped Stratocasters that I scalped out myself. I've also scalped out for people when they've come to my store, and when I had a place and a school and I had a shop, I used to scalp out people's guitars. So I come from the land of Yngwie. I come from the land of Stevie Ray Vaughan. I come from the land of Dimebag Darrell. Yes, I was hugely influenced by guys like Van Halen when I was a kid. I sat on my street corner block. We had a rock wall. I sat on the wall. The kids would play Van Halen and Sabbath tapes all day long. So at 11 years old, 10, 9, 8, 7, I'm getting blasted by Black Sabbath, Van Halen, Deep Purple. And so, yes, we're going to learn all the techniques of all the great bands, and even today's modern bands, Born of Osiris, bands like that, Hailstorm, anything these newer bands are doing. I'm going to show you all the techniques everybody's using. And so let's just get right into it. I'm going to show you some, I guess we're going to start with just some basic things everybody should know. If you do know this stuff, then by all means, just scroll through and find the parts that you want to use. But there's going to be a lot of little things you're going to pick up on along the way, and that's what this video is about. It's about all the little things no one else is showing you. So yes, you might see some things similar, but I'm going to teach it in a different way. I'm going to teach it in my way. I've been very successful at making players play a very good guitar with any amount of natural ability, and that's what I'm going to help you do today. So these exercises they're exercises, and some of them are skill building techniques. I'll let you know the difference when I do whichever one I'm going to do. So right now we're going to start with a basic exercise that you guys should be able to do. And if you can't do it, you're here to learn it. If you do it, but you aren't able to do this at lightning speed, well, then I suggest you get back on the train and start learning it that way. Now, I'm going to show you everything in the middle of the neck so that you can see it through my camera. But again, what I want you to do is begin at the first fret, work your way all the way up to the 12th, and then come back all the way down. And I'll demonstrate something like that for you when I get started. So let's begin the very first thing we want to do. We need to train all the fingers equally well. So if you haven't been doing that and you've been playing guitar, then we're going to rebuild your playing techniques because they're incorrect if you're not making sure that whenever you do an exercise, you're always working all the fingers equally well. So the first thing we're going to do is show you how to do that. I'm going to give you a simple exercise that begins with these two fingers. There are multiple ways to pick and play these. So I'm going to show you all the ways in the beginning of these exercises. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. And then you can just apply these same things to all the other exercises. So I'm going to show you this one right now, and I'll show you a few different ways to do it. So I don't have to show you all these same ways on every single exercise because then we're just repeating ourselves, and that'll get mundane. So this is going to be not alternate picked in the beginning. It's just simple hammer-ons. If you don't know what a hammer-on is, you're going to basically have to whack the finger on the tip of the finger. I have other videos that show you that. So this is, again, not going to go back over some of the things in the other videos. It's all new information. I might touch on some things that I've said before, but I won't be repeating everything in the other videos all at once like there are in the other videos. So I might touch on something in them, but these are new exercises, new videos, all right? So the hammer-on thing, you have to know how to do that. You have to have an idea how to do a hammer-on. Basically, you're going to whack the finger down. One pick, two sounds. That's the short of it. If you want exercises for it, again, I got other videos for that. There's a lot of stuff out there. This is just a new series, a new take on things to get you directly looking for what you're trying to do specifically, which is build technique and exercise. My other videos are for the guys who have technique and exercises down and want to see new things to improve your playing. This is for the guys who have nothing. So you're going to start with this. You're going to be on one, whatever. It doesn't even matter what fret you're in. I'm just going to show you here because eventually you're going to go from the bottom and go up and back anyway. So it's just simply this. You pick it once, you hammer it. We're going to do every string. So if I back my guitar out. You don't have to ring them if you don't want to. If you're covering your strings, that's fine. But the idea is to hammer one finger at a time. Your thumb can be showing if you want to. You're on the fingertips, so see where the lines go through my fingers? You're on the tips. You can draw dots there like I've done in prior videos. Draw a dot on the tip of your fingers. Draw one there on the tips. And you'll be able to put the dot on the string and make sure it's reaching the spot for you, that it's hitting where you want it to hit. So we're going to go down the strings very slowly like this. That's your hammer-on. On the way back, you're going to learn to do the pull-off. Do the pull-off, and since you're beginning and you really don't have any influence, good or bad, I'm going to show you right now how to rake on the way back with the pick. So it's a hammer-on the way down, which is just, your pick is just doing whatever. It's free, it's rest stroking, free stroking, and you're just picking it. Very important, though, on the way back, you want to learn to build a raking technique. So while you're learning to do the pull-off over here, and you're going to do an upstroke on the pick, don't just pick your string like this. I guess you could, just pulling it away from the strings. But believe me, a much better way to do it is to learn to rake it right from the beginning. Learn to rake. If you've heard of raking and you've heard it's an advanced exercise or it's for guys with experience, that's hogwash. That's gobbledygook. If you've never played guitar, it's actually the easiest to learn it then because you don't have any bad exercises to develop and fix. So let's just do this. You're going to rest stroke it into the next pick. Into the next string. Yeah, you're going to rest it there and then. That's it. That is the exercise. One more time. Now you're going to move out to this finger and do the same thing. And then you're going to rest it on the way back. That's all it is. These are just basic exercises. There is no speed involved with these. You are forming excellent technique. So I wouldn't even be concerned with your speed until your technique is flawless first. Make that, if you're learning to do your hammer-ons, you're practicing a clean hammer-on. Remember, it's one pick, two sounds. Now we rake for the pull-off, so then they're both on the guitar. And you're going to rest stroke. This was my father's guitar. before he passed away. This is an American-made 1990 Fender guitar, Strat with lace sensors. This is the exact same model, literally, as the Eric Clapton signature model. The only difference is they don't call this a signature model because it does not have the mid boost that Eric Clapton's model came with. My dad never used a tremolo arm, so can you believe this? Since 1990, he's put a piece of tape over that. It's been sitting there with a little sticker over it. This came with sends you this with a little circle sticker over the hole to keep the dust out. My dad put a little piece of tape over that piece of sticker that they give you, and it's been sitting there since 1990. This guitar has never, ever had the tremolo arm in it. So the strings are slightly higher than I like to use to keep them at because it's set up for the way he played it. So I've never played this guitar before. I mean, for real. I mean, he let me try it for a few seconds when he had it, but I never played it. This is the first time I'm playing it. So I'm literally feeling it out as I'm playing it with you guys. So if there's mistakes, it's just because I'm on a guitar that is like foreign to me, It's set up completely different than the way I would. But I left it the way my dad wants it and liked it because it just makes me think of him. Like, it's better for me to see it. I like to remember how he wanted to play it. I got plenty of guitars that play the way I want. So you just got to excuse if my technique isn't perfect here. When I jump on my other guitar, which I will, things will be a little different. But this is a new feel. This is a new feel for me. I'm not familiar with it, so just bear with me a little bit. All right. So now we get into the pinky action. We need to develop our pinky right away because a lot of guys will just say to me when they're switching chords, you like the intro thing you saw, the pinky. A lot of guys can't even do that with their pinky. They say it doesn't work well. So we need to develop your pinky equally from the get-go. So here's the exercise. We start in that same fret you were in. If I'm starting at 5, it's now 5 and 8. And it's going to be 5 and 8 all the way down the board. And again, you're only just going as fast as you need to go to get it right yourself. If you need to do this, then do that. Because you're not trying to impress anybody. You're trying to learn. And I believe wholeheartedly, if you focus on your technique first, this is like tortoise in the hare, the story of the turtle and the hare. If you focus on just getting it right first, and you don't worry about how fast you're going, but you're getting it right and correct, and you see that? Now I'm doing it on purpose for you, but the point is, when you do that, so those 3 hits I just did, all 3 of them landed in a different spot. This one, the first one was in a good spot, the second one went a little higher, and the third one went a little lower. And the point and the reason I'm doing this is to show you that when you're starting out, you're going to get that all the time. You're going to get a different spot that you land on. See, I'm landing like this, then it's going to go like this, and I missed, then you're going to go like this, you're going to get it pretty good. And out of 3 or 4 or 5 times, one of them is going to land in the right spot. So what you really need to do is just draw a line on the end of that pinky, because you're not going to hit the center of your pinky, folks. Your pinky's going to do this. And you need to be aware of this. Let me get this pencil even draw here this time. You just need to do this. Put a little line on the edge of your pinky, because that's where it's going to hit. So now when you draw the line, all it's got to do is go through the pinky line somewhere. Anywhere it goes through is fine. But you don't want to be doing this, and you don't want to be doing this. You got to get it to land same every time. So when you do this, then you do this, you do that, you move it around, it doesn't land in the same spot. That's when you might think to yourself, you need the line there. Okay? The dots are designed to make you hit the same spot on your fingers every single time, because you need to teach your brain where to land on that finger. And it's not going to know if you don't tell it where to go. The dots tell it where to go. They tell your hand where to land. All right? So that's that. So then we go back to this exercise, and you're just going you're going downs. You're rest stroking on the way up. Now, the other thing you're going to do once you can do that is you're going to have to move into the alternate picking. Some of you may already be ready for that. And if that's the case, that's great. Then you're doing this. Now, your choice on the way back, if you really are set on working your alternate picking, then alternate pick them on the way back. But start with the second finger first, so you're descending on the sound. It doesn't sound very good if you do this. It would sound much nicer if you did this. And you move to this finger, same thing. You stop and you start over. For you guys who can move through these a little more advanced, you can, if you don't want to stop at the bottom, it looks like this, then you're not doubling that note. See that? Otherwise, you're doing this. And then hitting this note again. Otherwise, it's not hitting, you're not hitting it again. Okay? All right. That's, now you're going to alternate pick. That means you're going to go back to all these, and you can go starting on the first fret, and you're going to go. And you do this all the way up and then all the way back. You can also move from here right down. And you would move all the way down, all the way up, using, beginning with this down here, then this, and then this. You go all the way up, all the way back. So you got 3 exercises that you got to go all the way up and all the way back. All the way up, all the way back. The other way to do it is to do it with the rake. Now I alternate picked it on the way down. If you noticed, I didn't hammer it. There are so many different ways you can do it. You could hammer on the way down. By the way, you can also do this pinky in the third. Doesn't have to be here. Sometimes when I do a power chord, I play the power chords like this. So sometimes I'll practice like this. It'll be out here as well. That's like I'm showing you here. But you can also do it here. The idea is that you can alternate pick it, or you can hammer it. Now when you hammer it, your choices are to use straight down picking like we were doing before, or you can alternate pick it on the way down. But if you hammer it, rather, up and alternate to hammering. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Right? If you start on the upstroke, you wind up on the down. Notice that if you start on down, you should end on up, right? That's how you know you did it right. If you start on down, you end on up. If you start on up, you end on down. That's how it's correct. Now these are 2-finger exercises, and you should work them up and down. That is an exercise. Now I'm going to show you one because it's probably enough for one video for you guys to pick up on. I'm going to show you a technique that you must develop for picking. So it's very important, and it's called down, down, up. We use down, down, up picking all the time. If you've seen it in another video, then great. If you're good at it, then you don't need this portion of the video. But if you are not excellent at it, I would watch this again, because I can't stress this technique enough. It is never explained online. It is not explained in any videos anywhere, but it is a picking technique we use at least 20% of the time. And 20% is a lot, because if you were paying $200,000 for something, you would need $20,000 down at 10%. So $20,000 is no joke. Like if you're going to buy a house and they want you to spend $200,000 and they say, hey, put 10% down. 10% is 20,000, right? So what would 20% be? 40? That's a lot. So if I tell you 20% of your time you're going to do this, that's a lot of time. It means if you're playing for an hour, what's 20% of the time, right? 12 minutes, right? 10% of 60 is 6. So 12 minutes will be 20%. Something like that, right? The point is, you're going to do it a lot. And so to not have this technique, oh my gosh, everyone's going to see it in your playing. You'll see it too. So I'm going to show you some simple exercises where you probably do these all the time. And I'm going to show you how to use them using down, down, up. A basic box 1 pentatonic slide. If you don't know what it is, the box yet, it doesn't matter, because we're not going to play the whole box. I'm just going to show you 2 strings, and they could be in the box. They could not be in the box. I'm just showing you 2 strings, but I'm going to show them to you from this box. So I take the D string and the G. We play them. How often do we play these strings? All the time. We play these strings. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to slide 5 to 7 on D going down. You're going to put your first finger on the G string, 5th fret, play that down. Then you're going to put your third finger back on the 7th fret of D, and you're going to pick that on the way up. And it's down, down, up. Pick down again, pick up. Okay, that's one version of down, down, up. Now, another one is this one. Come over here, we play this. Very classic move. Kirk Hammett did it in the song, I think it's in the Whiplash solo on that song. He's like, but he's also in the Gain. Something like that. Everybody does it. So it's going to be like this. Simple pull-off is going to be on the downstroke. This is going to be on the up, down again for this note here, this D, and then up on this 12th fret first string E. There's your down, down, up. You could be here going. You could be here going. It's down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. So it's down on the pull-off, down on the second string for the second note, up on the first string. It's down, down, up. So anytime you do a pull-off with the second string, anywhere, you're going to need down, down, up. Anytime you're in between two strings and you're doing any kind of sliding, you're going to need down, down, up. Here's another version of down, down, up. You can do this on any box 1 pentatonic scale. I'm just choosing E minor because it's so popular. We use it all the time. You push up on this A note on this G string for the A. We push it up, down, picking down. Get in there for you. Then you take the first finger, you fold it on 1 and 2, get a nice clean fold, don't be touching the third string, and you're going to go down on the second string, and then up on the first. We almost never ever pick the first string down. You're always going to try to come up on it if you can. So this is another down, down, up exercise. Used in blues music more times than there are days in a year. So let's get this one down. Down on the G, as you bend it up to your A, then fold, down, up. You can break it into 2 moves if you want. Down, get rid of the bend, come into the fold, and go down, up. Ready? You could just hold this and practice the down, up portion to get a feel for what it feels like to flip the pick. Then go back for reaching in for your pull, your bend. When you get the move, you want to try to repeat it. And 4 is the number you're looking for. See? Now, I'm not used to this guitar. Didn't even work for me. Let's try it again. I snuck under the string because these are a little higher. And so I wind up going up under them like that. You see that? I go up under them by mistake because mine are so low. You couldn't even get air underneath my strings. They're so low. But my dad was a strummer, so this guitar is set up for a guy that does a lot of strumming, you know. If you notice, I can whack these strings super hard and there's no buzzing. So the strings are very high off this guitar, and that's why I make little mistakes when I do, because I just don't play a guitar like this, you know. So this is like me driving a 4-door automatic. I drive 2-door sticks, Trans Ams. So I don't drive grandma grocery getters, you know what I mean? If I jumped in a 4-cylinder, I'd probably blow it up because my foot would be on the floor. So that's what's going on here. I says the action on this guitar is a little higher. So for you guys that are rhythm strummers, you would want your action a little higher. If you're going to play leads, you want them a little lower. If you play both, you got to find the compromise, okay? Or you could be like me, where you play on the gain channel a lot, and so then if it buzzes when you're whacking chords, nobody's going to hear that. So I keep the action really low for the soloing, and then when I'm in the when I'm just playing chords, you hear the chords. But they sustain with gain, so you can go a lot lower and accept the vibrating of the strings a lot more so than when you're in a clean environment. When you're on clean channel, you can't have any vibrating. It's just not going to work. So these strings are quite high off the string, off the board for what I'm used to. So just got to bear with me there. Okay, so there's another situation for your down, down, up. The reason I say 4 times, folks, is because you want to prove to yourself that you can play it consistently over and over again. So if you can do it 4 times, I mean, most of the time the blues guys that repeat things, it's a repeating of 4. So if you can do it 4 times, then you can do the move. This is This is half of that move. This is down on the first string, up on the second. Or it could be up on the first and down on the second. Which is a whole series. My next video is going to have a whole bunch of that stuff because I got more technique design for the next one. This is 2 basic techniques we want to get down to start being able to have the skills to meet the needs of the next videos that are coming. So these are just some basic ideas and basic exercises to get you prepared. So if you've never played guitar before or you're new and you want to start watching my channel, these exercises will help you get to the point where you can follow the videos coming down the road in the physical therapy sessions. My physical therapy sessions are going to build your hands into having the skills of a player like Steve Vai, those type of, or BB King, or whoever you want to play like Dango Reinhardt, Django, whatever you call him, Django, I guess, right? I'm not really a jazz guy, but all these exercises I'm going to show you have made thousands of players play very well and reach their own personal best. I don't see why it would be any different for you. Some of the guys that I've taught these exercises to had absolutely no musical talent whatsoever. And have said to me, hey man, I don't even think I'm ever going to be able to play a decent guitar, but I'm here because I want to try and I like guitar, but I don't expect to ever get anywhere. And so with these exercises, people have gotten a lot farther than they ever thought they would. So they'll work for you if you're a hard learner. They'll definitely work for you if you pick things up easy. No matter what, they're going to improve your playing. So I hope you like and subscribe if you haven't already. My goal is not to get paid. My goal is to help you play guitar. I don't care about what some of these guys are out there with a gazillion views and they're doing whatever they got to do to attract you to their videos, even though you may not learn anything from them. I could care less. I'm not here for that. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you play guitar. There was nobody like me around when I was coming up and trying to play, and I know what it's like to not have anyone show you the things you need to know or want to know. I'm here to help you play those things you won't see somewhere else. So I'm hoping this stuff helps you out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in another session. We're going to see another video coming up soon. 1 a week for the new physical therapy. Thanks for watching.